All right. Good morning, guys. Um, this is another episode of Coffee and the Sunrise Better Together. Uh, been a couple days, I guess, since I had done a video. So I thought today would be a good day to check in, let y'all know where we're at. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of new news. Um, that's about the norm. Finally started to feel a little better yesterday afternoon. I did realize that because it wasn't that hot yesterday um, for us in the South, but it was killing me, and I was just walking in it. So I got a feeling that this chemo is going to make my summer rough. But anyway, I started feeling a little better yesterday afternoon until I got in the heat. And today I woke up feeling a little better, taking my medicine and everything. Been doing some stuff with work already, checking in with some teammates. I've got I'm gonna call it a big meeting, a remote meeting today with some of my corporate partners. Um, got to go over a couple things that have kind of happened in the last couple months or whatever. I hope it goes well, but you never know. You never know walking into these things. It seems to be uh, a meeting and a review of some audits and different things. And so anyway, I'm hoping it goes well. But if it don't, then I'll take it like a man. Um, and yesterday, I worked remote. I did make it in whatever day was before yesterday and the day before that. Uh, and I actually was able to work on site a little bit longer, uh, which was good. Um, I mean, I have been pretty much getting in my 8 hours anyway because I've been getting in there at 5:30, and typically leaving. One day I stayed at 3, but usually I try to leave around 1. I think this week I probably left around 12:30. But anyway, so I'm able to get that, and I'm able to get some good work done remotely, which is good. Um, and We had our Thursday night Bible study last night. It went well. My wife led it. She did a great job. She always does. And that was good. So I'm still not necessarily a real positive person to be around. Um, I was telling them yesterday uh, that we're still praying for that Hail Mary. I'm still praying to be cancer free sometime in the near future. That would be awesome. I just don't know what the cards hold. It could be that this thing ain't done nothing. I'm talked to a lot of people. I know a lot of people right now that are taking chemo and it is not doing anything for them. Um, but At the end of the day, whatever it be, I was telling my wife that if he came back and told me Monday, you are absolutely cancer free, dude, everything's good, I don't know that I could be happy. I mean, that's pitiful, but because I mean, I still know that I've got to do rounds 4, 5, and 6. He's told me that's non-negotiable, um, regardless of if it says it ain't done nothing. We doing 4, 5, and 6, or if he comes back and says, and there's no cancer in your body anywhere, we doing 4, 5, and 6. Um, so I've done the math, and that carries me through about the end of July. Uh, so anyway, not really looking forward to that. Of course, I'm looking forward to being cancer free if that's an option, but I don't know that there's going to give me, I just don't know right now that there's a whole lot of joy I'm going to find, you know? I'm still trying. And then the kicker, I was telling my wife before she went to work, I finally always tend to start feeling better just a couple days before I start the next round. So today, so far, I was feeling okay, and I'm like, man, I can do this, 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 and this. You know, get some work done remotely, and then if I can wrap some of that stuff up, and still have some time after lunch or so. There was a couple things I wanted to jump on here around the house. And then my queen, my bride, decided at that point, hey, I'm going to introduce y'all to a special guest. So sorry for that. Um, can y'all see? Oh, dadgummit. How about that, guys? Hey, that made me laugh at least. I found a little bit of joy. Well, she's gone now anyway. I was going to show you my little Brittany. She's a little fireball. She's been here about, I don't know, about a month. Treated coon last week. Uh, she's something. She ain't big as a minute. She was literally, when we got her, they told us that she was the absolute minimum that you could be and legally be a AKC registered Brittany Spaniel. So she's a runt, but she's a little sweetheart. So she's probably the only Brittany in the world that's actually a lap dog. But Leah loves it because Leah wanted a lap dog, and Leah got the only lap dog Brittany ever made. But anyway, maybe I'll have opportunity to show you her later again or whatever. But she's a little sweetheart. She's always right up under me or Leah because she's so small, so the other dogs are kind of aggravating to her. But anyway, no coffee today. Unsweet tea, but I do love it. So anyway, my queen, my bride, reminded me that today I can't eat. I can only eat protein all day. No sugar, no carbs, and I can't do anything strenuous. Which I had already planned my day. I was like, okay, well, that's a pretty bird. That's a female cardinal. And I said, okay, I'll get my work done at Windsor, and then I'll get on the John Deere and cut grass. That's not strenuous at all. It is, evidently. The rule is that is strenuous. And I tried to get better explanation. I tried to get clarity on that because I'm like, I'm literally sitting, the same thing I'll be doing, riding to the pet scan. But I'm going to be turning the steering wheel. I'm going to be shifting gears, raising, lowering the deck, and I'm going to get off and move stuff, which are probably all going to happen. And her exact words were that I would forget and get off the lawnmower and move something, forgetting I had a pet scan tomorrow. I said, all right, so I got clarity, so I can't cut grass even. So then I was going to use the tractor and spread some mulch. No, that's strenuous too. So every idea I had that I threw out there was strenuous. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do today. Watch soap operas. That's what I'll do. I'll watch whatever they are. I don't know what they are, man. I know Dallas ain't even, that was a nighttime thing, but oh golly, what are they, dude? Like Sands Through the Hourglass. What was it? Days of Our Lives. There you go. I'll watch Days of Our Lives. Anyway, I'm not gonna watch Days of Our Lives. I have no earthly idea what I'll do. I'll find something. Probably get a lot of remote work done for Windsor. I do have a meeting in a bit. I mentioned that already. Jeez Louise, man, my mind. So yeah, we'll get the PET scan and then, or we'll do the PET scan tomorrow, which means I can't do anything strenuous and I can't eat hardly until that thing is at like 1:30 in the afternoon. So my whole day will be shot. And then Monday, I will go in and work on site, but I'll have to leave probably around 11 because I've got my doctor's appointment. The weeks that I have to do chemo, it's a little harder for me to get in on-site work, but I will be able to get in on-site Monday. I'll go in early, and then I'll leave around 11 and be at my appointment. I think it's at 1, but it's in Shelby, which is, I'm an hour-ish from Windsor Run, and Shelby's probably 15 minutes for me, so I'll have to leave to make sure I'm there by 1, and they do some stuff before I start kicking off at 1. So we'll have my doctor's appointment at 1, because he'll pull some more things to make sure that I can do chemo, and he wants to review, I think, the PET scan and the MRI, and I don't know what other things they did, or he's going to look at them, pulled blood or whatever it be. But anyway, we'll review all of that Monday. Tuesday I'll be on site, and then Wednesday and Thursday is round 4. And then we're going to play it from there. So, but anyway, I am, and I know a lot of people are hoping and praying for me to get some good reply, good information back on that. So that would be awesome. And I do want to just remind everybody that we are better together. So you guys hang in there, make a difference in somebody's life today if you can. God will give you an opportunity. I just pray that you see it and take it. I did want to share with you guys. This is something, one of many things that we talked about last night. But I thought it was really cool because we're kind of talking about, and I've talked about this in the videos, is figuring out your purpose in God's plan, and how to go about doing that. And I've told you guys that it starts every day with peace and quiet. You hear that? That's quiet. And getting in the Word, going to God, just praying, talking to Him. And then one of the things that we kind of talked about last night in Lee's lesson, we went through kind of like 4 or 5 steps in how you can find out what God expects from you, or what God wants you to do. And obviously, number 1 is and that was, Leah reminded me, I talk a lot about my word being opportunity when we did that Bible study. Well, Leah mentioned last night that, because she started watching the videos, yeah, I'm getting in a little bit of trouble. But it's all good, man. She knows. But anybody that knows me and Leah knows me and Leah can go to the exact same thing, function, movie, concert, whatever it be, and one single event that could happen at that concert, and we will both tell that story a week later, and it'll sound like we were at 2 different things. It happens all the time. And I mean, no, it's not like either one of us is not telling the truth or nothing. It's just, that's just, she's the yin to my yang, I guess. But that's what I love about her. I mean, is we are different. But anyway, so some of the stuff in the video, she's like, I can't believe you said that, or blah, blah, blah. I don't have road rage. So I did tell her, I promised her I would make a correction. So when I talked about Leah having road rage, oh, buddy, I think if y'all remember, and I tried to tell her this last night, what sparked that was Brandon was going through a little bout of road rage and anger at the time, and I mentioned that if he got that from his mama, and he does, I stand behind that, but I said in there something to the fact that, sometimes there'll be language, and sometimes he'll point at people, or I said, anyway, I didn't specify that I was referring to Brandon using the language and pointing at people with his finger. And Leah's like, I can't believe I've never, ever in my life flipped anybody the middle finger, blah, 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 blah. You said that in a video. So Leah did not flip anybody the video. I'm fairly certain that I have seen Brandon make gestures. But anyway, yeah, because Brandon got it bad. Brandon's got it probably way worse than Leah. But Leah does got some road rage. Leah will talk to other drivers, but I haven't seen Leah flip anybody to bird. So anyway, there's my correction on that. I issued a addendum to a retraction to my original statement. But anyway, but I mean, I'm glad she's watching the videos. And and I know I hadn't been doing near as many here lately, but I don't know. Maybe, we'll see. It is what it is. I feel like it some days, and I don't feel like it some days. Some days I don't want nobody to see me like that. And some days, like today, I feel okay. I feel, better than some, and feel like I can put some thoughts together. I know I'm still not upbeat and positive and uplifting and all that, and I pray every day for that, man. And I don't know. I mean, God will give me the positive energy and the positive strength when I need it, I guess. And then there's just times when you just need to lay down and do what you got to do. So anyway, with that said, I know I don't want the video to run too long, but I did want to share as a part of that, getting in that quiet, getting that peace, getting the understanding of how to pray to God, how to listen to God, how to seek wise counsel, because those are the things that we talked about last night that attribute to being able to understand God's will for us. Number one, you got to get quiet, you got to get peace, and you got to go to God, and you got to pray, and then you got to find out how to listen to God, and you got to also understand God's never going to tell you to do something that's going to contradict Scripture. So you can back up what you think God is telling you with the Bible and getting in the Bible. And I mean, I think I've shared this with you guys. There are so many days, man, when I start out and I pray, and sometimes I will listen to some good music, man, and just kind of just let it all roll off, let it go. And then pray about, where you want me at, what you want me to do. And then I find something to read in the Bible. And there's so many days where it will just speak to me. That ain't no coincidence, people. So anyway, we talked through some of that. So one of the things that we read last night, I'm going to share with you guys, and I think it kind of goes along with everything we're talking about. It speaks to a little bit of all of that. It's Proverbs 2, verses 1 through 5. And then I got something else that I want to share with you. That's just a quote from somebody else, and it, I think, goes right along with it. But anyway, it says in Proverbs 2, 1 through 5, "My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, listening closely to wisdom and redirecting your heart to understanding. Furthermore, if you call out to insight and lift your voice to understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it like hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and discover the knowledge of God." That just kind of speaks verbatim on its own right there. That's a standalone verse. So I think we do need to listen closely to wisdom and direct our heart to understanding. And then I love where he says, if you seek it like silver, search for it like a hidden treasure. That's pretty powerful. Because you think about them guys, I tell you, I love that show, Oak Island. Think about how much effort and money, I mean, everything they got. Man, they're putting their time, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. I hope these guys find it, and that's their passion. But what if we all sought after God's plan for us, like those guys been seeking that treasure on Oak Island, or I mean, and there's a ton of other people. That's one of the things. A lot of Christians have this little fake money that they put on the ground, and people pick it up all day long. Leah did another lesson one time that I thought was really cool. But to the point, if we seek after God's plan, God's will for us, like we seek a hidden treasure, like those guys on Oak Island, man, we'll all be much better people. We just will. We will be so much better people. But I was going to tell you that Leah did a lesson one time about faith, and it just hit me between the eyes, man. She's like, if we would have the faith, she said, how many times do you get in your car and you punch in an address on your phone or that freaking Garmin, that GPS, and you'll just follow that sucker to the end of the earth. She said, if you'd follow God like that, I mean, think of how, I mean, nowadays, how much faith do you guys, are we putting in our phone and GPSs and electronics? And we all struggling with putting faith in God? That's kind of, I started to say that's kind of, anyway, I ain't gonna say that. But anyway, that's backwards. It's very backwards. So anyway, man, y'all really dig into that. Meditate on that. Find you a closet somewhere. I remember that movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but the woman had a prayer closet. She'd go in that closet, man, and she'd get after some prayer. It does make a difference, man. If you can just, last night we started off the Bible study, and I put some music on, and because everybody came in and they were busy, and everybody's like, oh, you know, I had to work late, and I had to do this today, and I did this. And I was like, we need to shrug all that. We need to shake it off. So we literally listened to a little bit of good Christian music, just kind of put our heads down. I said, when God speaks to you and God tells you to come to him in prayer in the middle of this song, I don't care. Throw it out there. And I think it helped. I don't know. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Helps me every time. I was able to shrug all of that stuff because Lee and I had a busy day yesterday with all these appointments and stuff. I hate to know how many miles we put on that car yesterday. We went from Kings Mountain. I had a MRI at 7 a.m. in Kings Mountain, which was not cool. I didn't like that at all. They asked me if I ever done one before, and I quickly remembered when they strapped me on that thing and put my head in that cage. I said, no, I've never done this before, because the last time they tried to do this 10 years ago in Lexington, we had to stop. I couldn't do it. And I'm not claustrophobic until you strap that cage around my head and shove me in that tube. But anyway, we were able to get through it. So anyway, that started at 7 a.m. Took a little while. Then we had to go to Boiling Springs, North Carolina. And then from there, we went to, there was another stop. I'm not going to say Gastonia. Anyway, Shelby, and then Shelby to Lincolnton. That's what it was. And then Lincolnton back home. So anyway, I had to shrug all that off too. So get your mind right. Find a way, man, to spend that quiet time every day. Every day. Anyway, also, and find the knowledge of God. Find out what God wants you to do. And I kind of shared with you how, right? Praying and listening. But this is a quote. This ain't from no Christian biblical scholar or nothing like that. But it says, and somebody shared this on Facebook. That's where I got this from today. But I read it and I was like, wow, that's knowledge right there. But it says, none of us are getting out of here alive. So please stop treating yourself like an afterthought. Eat the delicious food, walk in the sunshine, jump in the ocean, say the truth that you are carrying in your heart like hidden treasure. Be silly, be kind, be weird. There's not time for anything else. And that is a quote from, you may like him, you may not, Sir Anthony Hopkins. But I just thought that was very fitting today as we're talking about seeking God, God's plan, God's will, like silver, like hidden treasure. And then, he's basically telling us, hey, man, we're not getting out of here alive. Say the truth that you are carrying in your heart like hidden treasure. Right? What's our hidden treasure? Anyway, that's what I got for you today. I think I need to look at a little bit of, because this guy always gets me just fired up. Dr. Rick Rigsby. Maybe that'll help me get my mind right back in the game. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful day today, this Friday. And you all know, some things just go better together. So find a friend, make a friend, help them. Help them. Give it to the least of these. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and love your neighbor like you love yourself. Make today count. Seek him. Seek him in prayer. Listen to him. and then share your hidden treasure. But again, guys, I love you. God loves you so much more. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.